We are day 3 of 12 days of the biggest kind of mindset lessons that I've learned in the last really several years. I won't say I learned all of these in the last year specifically, but as we come to the end of a year, it's a really good time to reflect. Look back on the year, see what's working. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? Are those aligned? Are we hitting our goals? Do we have goals? Nothing happens by accident, friends. No one's going to change your life for you. It's going to be up to you. For me, January 1st, 2022, I made a decision. I decided to change my life. I literally in that moment decided that I could not go one more year and be in the same place. Because I had found myself thinking last year at this time, I thought it would be different. I thought it would be farther along with my body. I thought it'd be farther along with my career. I thought I would have traveled more. And nope, I found myself in the same place. And I drew the line in the sand and I was like, I cannot let another year go by and be here. I didn't want to feel the same anymore. I wanted things to change. I wanted to be happy and feel fulfilled. And I wasn't. And what made that decision possible, and really what made the follow through on that decision possible, was all the work that I had done on myself. Personal development, self-development, the work, call it what you want. I shifted my mindset. I changed my focus in life. I changed my beliefs. I shifted my perception of what I was seeing. I changed the stories that I had about myself, the narrative that I had about myself and my life. I learned to really hear my thoughts, change my words, feel my emotions, process my emotions, go back and resolve past traumas, places where I was stuck. And I changed who I was being. I changed how I was showing up, my identity. And so in these 12 days, these series, I'm sharing with you some of the biggest lessons in that journey that have gotten me to where I am today, which is a place where I'm not quite there where I want to be with even my body, my career. However, I'm way closer than I ever have been. I'm moving in the right direction and I am happier than I ever have been. And I'm traveling, which had been a dream of mine for years, and I never made progress on it. So today I want to talk a little bit about self-love. When I took my mindset certification, we did a lot of work on our inner dialogue, our inner self-talk, that voice that's in our head. We literally wrote it down. We wrote down what it was saying. Have you ever done that? Probably not. I hear my self-talk words. So we wrote down what that inner voice was saying. And then we read it out loud to total strangers. I think there was like 10 or 12 people in my certification. At the time, this was like the second call. I didn't know these people from Adam. And here I am sharing the nastiest things that I've ever said about myself to them. And the thing was, I hadn't even realized how bad that dialogue was. The things that I was saying and how that was making me feel, the emotional response that was pulling up. I was so nervous to read those words out loud to these strangers. And then I started hearing them read theirs. And theirs were the same as mine. Not exactly the same, but they were just as bad. Even the guys, and that really surprised me. There were actually more men on my certification than women, and their voice and their words were just as bad. Friends, we all say some of the most hurtful things to ourselves in our head. And we know exactly what to say to cause the most pain. It's like when you're in a relationship for a long time, you know what buttons to push to really get under the skin. Well, you know that about yourself. You know what's going to sting the most, and you do. You punish yourself with your words. Except that's one of the biggest things that's keeping you stuck. The words that we're saying to ourselves. If you can't cheer yourself on, how do you expect other people to do it? If you can't give yourself grace or forgive yourself, how do you expect other people to do it? And if you have children, do you want your children talking to themselves the way you talk to yourself? Sometimes that puts it in a good perspective. Can you make big changes in your life without having a good support system? Can you make a career change or move or go to the gym? Like, making change is hard. Can you do that without a support system? And if you can't support yourself, how can you expect others to even support you? So when I was made aware, because I really had not even been aware of how bad that voice was, of what I was saying and how damaging it was to me, I made it a priority to change that. And that's not to say that I will never have a negative thought about myself. Please hear that. That's not the case. That's not realistic. It's not true. The thing is, I don't run away with it, and I don't let it bring me down or keep me down. I hear it, I can catch it, and I can say, that's actually not true, and I choose not to believe that. I'm going to create a different thought. And that's really powerful when you can start to do that. And the thing is, this voice, the thing that's beating us up, it's mostly for things we've done in the past. Things that we done years ago. Because what? Nobody else makes a mistake? Nobody makes mistakes? If you can't give yourself grace or forgive yourself for things that you've done in the past, and you're punishing yourself now and in the future, you're going to stay stuck. We can never move on. So here's why that matters so much, friends. Your thoughts affect your nervous system the most. And they're unconscious. For the most part, you're not even aware. It's a program that's just been playing. And the longer it goes on, it just becomes habit, and it's habitual. We have the same thoughts. 90% of our thoughts, 90 to 95% of our thoughts are the same every day. They're habit. And you're going to hear me repeat myself as I go through these, each of these days. And that's on purpose. We need to hear things sometimes a few times before it really starts to sink in. So your thoughts affect your nervous system. All of these things that you're saying, they cause a release of cortisol, this stress hormone cocktail in your body, which affects your digestion. It affects your ability to sleep. It affects your mood. It affects your hormones. It affects your ability to recover, even from your workouts, from your training. And this voice and these words and these thoughts, they're with you all of the time. Every time you pass by a mirror, what do you think? What do you see? What do you say? Learning how to love yourself, flaws and all, mistakes and all, failures and all, is the single greatest gift you can give yourself. You're reducing potentially the biggest stressor in your life, the thing that's keeping you stuck in fight or flight, that's keeping you fat, that's keeping you sick, that's not allowing you to heal. Guys, your thoughts shape your reality. The things that you think, the words that you repeat and say to yourself, they create a feeling in you. They either empower you, give you confidence, make you feel like you can conquer the world, or they do the exact opposite. They disempower you. They strip you of your confidence. They make you feel lazy and ugly and like you can't do anything. Your thoughts and your words, they evoke an emotion in you. They make you feel a certain way. And when you feel a certain way, you show up a certain way. I think you know that to be true. On days when you're tired and you don't feel good and you're feeling like a failure, how do you show up for yourself with your exercise habits or your nutrition habits? Is it easier or harder to talk yourself out of going to the gym? Is it easier or harder to talk yourself out of spending the time to make a healthy meal versus eating out or grabbing, whatever is high carb and sugar in the cabinet because it's going to make you feel better in the moment and you don't feel good in the moment? And the way you feel, like I said, it shows up in your actions and behaviors, and your actions and behaviors are what get you your results in life. So thoughts create a feeling in you. How you feel shows up in your actions, your habits, and your actions and your habits get you what you have. change your thoughts, change your life. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our perceptions, our focus, they matter. And they matter way more than you may be aware. And this is the whole reason why I've created my coaching program. And I know I'm pushing this hard, but it's because I know this has been what has been missing in the health and wellness industry. So many people right now need this. So many people I talk to are completely frustrated and overwhelmed, feel like they can't take on one more thing. Their nervous systems are literally fried. We are locked, stuck in fight or flight. And we keep trying to force ourselves to go to the gym, force ourselves to eat better. I know what I should do. Why can't I do it? Why am I not making change? Because you are so stuck. You are so overwhelmed that you cannot make a new decision. We don't make different decisions when we feel like that. We've got no energy, no brain power, no extra resources. And so the whole point of my coaching program, it gives you a simple step-by-step plan to follow, and we do it together. It's not me just telling you what to do. You're going to be taking action on the calls, and you get 2 one-on-one calls that are going to allow me to go a little bit deeper with your specific areas. What's really holding you back? So if you want more information, if any of this is resonating with you, even if you feel like I don't have the time for this right now, because I'm going to tell you what, you're exactly the person who needs to be working on this stuff. And there's a reason why I've created the format that I have, because we start where you need to start, and there's small incremental steps. I promise you, friend, they are going to be things that you can fit into your life easily if you're willing to do the work. And if you're worried about not showing up for yourself, there's a reason why the course is called Keep the Commitment. The whole purpose behind all of this is to create space so that you can start taking action on things, so you feel less overwhelmed, less frustrated. You have a path, you have a plan, and you have a guide to get you there. So if you want more information, comment KTC below. I'll send you information. Let's have a conversation, or I'll just put you on the email. You can check out some emails that I have about the program and what's involved and what it looks like. And we'll see you tomorrow for more. Much love, friends.